What's up, guys? Adam with Whisker Fisherman TV. They were just down on a little creek. Thought I'd try something different. Had some pretty fast action. As soon as I got here, I had something on my rod. He slipped the hook. I think it was a catfish. And then about 5 minutes after that, I landed a little, maybe 2-pound fish. I don't have a scale or measuring tape or anything with me, but he's going for the frying pan. Perfect size, and this is a clean body of water. It's one of the issues I have with the Potomac sometimes, is you can't really, I shouldn't say you can't. They don't recommend that you eat too many fish out of there. So a lot of my catfish, which I catch and release anyway, but it's just another factor. But I'm hoping to catch some bait. I'll never turn down a couple more cats, but I really want to get some bait so I can get back on the river now that the floodwaters have started to recede a little bit. Well, hopefully I'll get some fish on tape for you guys. I'll see you in a minute. Well, guys, that's my normal spot. It's a snag pit. I won't be able to sit on those rocks like I normally do. I'm up fairly high on the bank. If you guys can tell, that's about a 10-foot drop off. Where my rods are at, I've got a little bit of a beach, and I have the ability to get down there, so I'm not hoisting fish up. But see how it works out, guys. I got one on the stringer. That's supper. That's always a bonus. I love them out of these little creeks. They're real clean little fish, and you can catch some large fish in these little spots, guys. If you don't own river gear, or maybe you're a little hard pressed to get some of the stuff maybe you see me using and some of the other guys, come to these little creeks, guys. You use a little bass rod is all you need. I'm using a little crappie setup, and you have the ability to catch some 5 and 10-pound catfish. There's not as many, but they are in here. It's more peaceful kind of fishing, I think, in a way. If you lose your line, you lose 20 feet instead of 50 yards. A lot easier on your gear. So if you're a river guy and you don't, give it a try. If you, like I said, don't really have the river gear, give it a try, guys. It's better to be out here right as the sun's going down and coming up. But even throughout the day, I've hooked into some fairly decent sized fish in these little creeks. Hey guys, so I'm running 2 rods today. The front one, a little Shakespeare telescoping rod, a little better than a toy rod, but not much. I have a lot of fun with it, especially bait fish. The goal is to get your bait, but doesn't mean it can't be a lot of fun too. I think they run about 15 bucks. I'm going to put a disclaimer on it. I've gone through at least 3 of those rods, and I'm not real hard on them. So I wouldn't invest money into it, but if you got a little extra money and something you kind of want to try, toy rod challenge, not quite a toy rod, but like I said, it's pretty close. Rod behind it is a Shimano. I cannot remember the actual name of that rod, but it's a Shimano. It was a combo for 20 bucks at Walmart. It is an extremely sensitive rod, guys. The most sensitive rod by far that I own. Which, when you're fishing for smaller fish, like I said, it makes it a little more fun. But at the end of the day, you need to know the fish is on there. I haven't had it very long, but it's definitely turning into one of my favorite creek rods. Alright guys, so second fish of the day. Been here maybe a half hour. He's not a big guy. Pretty little fish. They are pretty. And he is, in my opinion, that's, at least in my area, that's the perfect size for catfish bait. If you're using sunnies or spiny fish. I guess this is a bluegill. To be honest with you guys, I never bothered to learn the difference because it's kind of the same to me. But that's a pretty little fish. Second one of the day. Hopefully this is going to work out. We'll have a bucket full of bait fish and who knows. Like I say, you can always hook into a big guy in these little creeks. You never know. Alright guys, walked downstream a little bit. Hooked into another guy. He's a little bigger than the last one, but I got him in about 2 seconds. And there was actually another fish that I think's a little larger than this was chasing it and jumped up out of the water. So I'm going to put this guy on the stringer in the bucket, and then I'm immediately going to move my other rod. Not even going to bother rebait my little one and see if I can get whatever that was. I'm going to take my camera with me this time. We'll see if I can catch one of these guys on camera for you. Hopefully something a little bigger. Alright guys, so I don't have a lot of room to work with, but they seem to be hanging out right in between this snag and the shore. So I'm going to cast right down the middle, see what I can come up with. Something I should point out, guys, is this is actually still kind of high, but last weekend I came down here just to get a line in the water. The water level was up on that bank, if not farther. I mean, it was a good 4 or 5 feet, I would say, higher. So if you wonder why I haven't really put a fishing video out, that's why. You know, we've been dealing with floodwaters a lot, but last weekend was, I think, about as bad as it's been, at least this year. Hopefully we're done with that and I can get into, really getting some hours on the water, which is, in my opinion, the most important thing you can do. Bait's important, location's extremely important, but if you're not on the water, you're not going to catch them. Maybe that's just my opinion, but if you take anything away from watching my little channel, that's it. You got to put the time on the water. Alright guys, so our fourth fish of the day. Pretty good sized chub. Now I've caught chubs considerably larger than this in these waters, but this is pretty typical, a little bit on the larger side. It's probably too big for live bait, but he is perfect for cut bait. So I'm gonna go ahead and string him. Guys, hey, this was a 5-minute drive and then a 5-minute walk. I'm on my fourth fish. I've been out here a couple hours. It's just a great way to spend the morning. Now, other thing I wanted to show you, I was talking about how sensitive this rod is. This is not a half-pound fish. At least I doubt it. Okay. Now that rod, I'm not pulling on that. You can see the bend in that rod. Honestly, guys, when it went off, I thought I had a catfish till I started reeling in. Just a ton of fun. I'm really getting to like this rod. I'm gonna do a review on it eventually, but I'm not doing it right now. So I'll show you guys my stringer before I leave. and we'll call it a day. Alright guys, let me show you what I have for chum today. This is a 80 cents at Walmart right now, at least it was, and this is nothing but bird feed. Just solid block of bird feed. This one's peanut flavored. There's plenty of other flavors. I don't think it matters that much. I've known a lot of people who will tell you peanut butter makes a good fish bait. That's why I went primarily with peanut butter. I bought a few other flavors, but again, I don't think it makes that much of a difference. What I'm going to do is just stuff this under a rock, let it disintegrate, and hopefully that'll draw in some of the smaller bait fish, which in turn will draw in the catfish. Now, in addition to that, I have my leftover livers. I shouldn't have bought this many, but since I did, I'm not taking them home. Instead of just pitching them in the water or leaving them lay on the bank like I see so many people do. I don't, but I see a lot of people do it. Good, dump the bag out. I know it's gross bringing this home, but just bring the bag home, guys. Throw it in your bait barrel, whatever. But I'm not going to get into that. Basically, between the two of these, I don't see any reason fish won't feed on it. I'm going to come back every 3 days, throw another one of these in, along with some corn and, you know, things like that. Alright guys, pretty good little day on the creek, you know. We got I'd say he's perfect size for live bait. A little sunny. Pretty little fish. Bluegill, sunny, whichever. One a little bigger. And again, real pretty fish, real fun to fight. Last fish we caught, good sized chub. Perfect cut bait, guys. These are probably the best live bait I use. This one's just a little large, and I don't have enough fish, or actually any fish, in my live well right now. So he'll go to cut bait. These other two, I might go ahead and throw them in the live well to see if I can start to build that up, because that was something I really wanted to do at the beginning of the year. And then just a perfect little frying catfish, guys. You know, he's not real big. Pretty fish, good little fight. First fish of the morning, but you can never beat that. Anytime you catch a fish 5 minutes after you get there is a good day. When it's catfish, it's a great day. So, probably the smallest one I've caught this year. Well, not probably. He is the smallest one I've caught this year, but I haven't bought any home to cook up yet, so I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah. And if you were in the situation where you did need to eat this stuff, guys, the chubs, I've heard you're not really supposed to. They give you worms or something. I don't know how true that is, but Sonny, you make a pretty decent little lunch out of these two guys. And again, that'll probably be my supper tonight. But hey, good little day on the creek, guys. And I was gonna lay in bed this morning. What an idiot. Alright guys, well that's the end of our little adventure. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time watching me. I was glad I got to at least get a couple fish on video, you know. No whoppers or anything, but it was a lot of fun. So click subscribe, comment, like any of these videos. It means a lot to me, guys. I put this out there because I enjoy fishing, and I really enjoy watching YouTube fishing videos.